It's safe to walk on railroad tracks, right? Ugh.
Hey guys, it is day 2 of the Kanchanaburi Motorbike Tour. It is supposed to be ridiculously hot today, like 99 degrees Fahrenheit and 37 degrees Celsius. So we're going to head up into the mountains, look at a waterfall, check out Hellfire Pass, and see a bunch of other things. So join me for this fun day to escape the heat.
I've got about an hour-long ride to the first forest national park that I want to look at. Boy, they sure served up a huge breakfast this morning. I couldn't believe all that food was just for me. And again, there was nobody else at the resort. And like I said, it's supposed to be 99 degrees today, which is 37 degrees Celsius. So hopefully I won't cook in all of this gear. But we are heading up into the mountains, although you can't see them, and it should be a lot cooler there. Pretty easy 50-minute ride, and we have made it to the Sai Yok National Forest and to the waterfall. And well, that's not a waterfall. I'm not sure what the train is doing here. This is probably part of the Death Railway. I think it's time to give this train a little climb and see what it's like up here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Made it up here. Check this thing out. This would be pretty crazy to operate all this. I wouldn't even know where to begin. So actually this steam locomotive, which is number 702, was made by Japanese Train Corporation. It was used during the period of 1946 to 1976. And this vintage steam locomotive shown here was actually employed for military transport service in World War II along the Death Railway to Burma. After the war ended, it was open to passenger traffic until 1976, and then it was handed over on May 12th of 1995 by the State Railway of Thailand to Kanchanaburi province for World War II commemoration and historical tourist attraction purposes. So now it's here as a monument to World War II, to all the people that died here, and to the service that this train provided after the war was over. Little kids love to climb trains. I'm sure if I was a little kid, I'd be climbing all over this. There's actually quite a few people here, mostly Russians, surprisingly. But we're gonna walk along the rest of this path, hopefully get to the waterfall. Not sure how busy it'll be, if I'll be able to take a swim or not, but I think this is definitely less tourists here than at the Erawan waterfall, which I'll probably go to later this week. This place is right by the road. There's no admission, and I guess I found the waterfall. Definitely a beautiful waterfall here. However, it's a little too packed. I don't really have a place to change here, so I'm just gonna walk around and enjoy. We're gonna try to find a little bit more secluded place to take a swim today. You have got to check out the roots on the tree here. Holy crap, this is a very, very old tree with this gigantic root system. Wow, never seen anything quite like this. This waterfall is pretty cool. I'd give it about a 6 out of 10 at most, only because of the tourist factor. There's a lot of people here. It's not really quite out of the way. The road is literally right in front of it. I mean, right there. But it is a nice little place, and if you're nearby, go ahead and stop and check it out. There's no cost, which I was surprised. I thought there'd be some kind of admission, but there isn't. Okay, now we're gonna cruise down to Hellfire Pass, which is about 20 minutes north of here. Got some military unimogs coming through here. These are really, really cool vehicles. I had to double back to take a look at these unimogs. These things are just really, really cool. All right, guys, just for you, I'm gonna go against the flow of traffic just so you can check out some of these unimogs again. How very cool. All right, now let's go on to Hellfire Pass. I just love unimogs, and I've seen a few of them here in Thailand. If you happen to have a unimog and you want to take me for a ride on it, let me know. This is pretty nice road, very fast, great sweepers here. I'm loving this. Just wide open throttle on this thing at what, 100 kilometers an hour through this corner, no problem. Yeah, this road definitely needs a much faster bike, but this is still really, really fun. I hope it gets twistier. Woo! If any of you are wondering what this helmet looks like with the lid down, this is what it looks like.
I typically ride it with open face when I'm going at slower speeds, but at higher speeds and going from city to city, I definitely close it because it's much more aerodynamic and quieter. Hellfire Pass. This looks like a very official entrance. Swadee Kap.
Good afternoon. Are you here for the Hellfire Pass?
Chai Kap. Okay, I have received a full set of instructions to go into the museum first and learn about this before we go to Hellfire Pass. We'll definitely do that. So maybe this time I'll actually know something about where we're going.
Very interested to have come here and learn about Hellfire Pass. I'm a big fan of World War II history, and while I don't know a ton of it, I'm always interested in learning it. History is just such an important part, so let's go see what we can learn here, and then we'll go to the actual Hellfire Pass. We are now entering the Hellfire Pass Interpretive Museum. It's quite dark in here, and that is for a reason. These are names of all the prisoners of war that lost their lives building the Hellfire Pass, which was part of a railway system. The Hellfire Pass Interpretive Center, Walkway, and Memorial honor all the prisoners of war of the Japanese and civilian Asian laborers who were forced to work to build a railway connecting Burma and Thailand during the Second World War. Subjected to starvation, disease, and unthinkable brutality, many lost their lives. More than 60,000 Allied prisoners worked on the railway. In 1946, the Allied War Graves Registration Unit concluded that approximately 12,500 lost their lives, including some 6,300 British, 2,800 Australian, 2,500 Dutch, and tens of thousands of Asian laborers. This place is dedicated to their memory. This 3-meter tall pile is how much rock each prisoner had to move each day, and in return, they would receive this amount of rice, barely 370 grams. Not enough to sustain them. The stories being told in that museum, as well as some of the visuals, images, the writings on the wall, very, very heavy, but it's such an important thing. We must never forget history. We must always teach it and pass it down to our children. There is no charge for this museum, but obviously donations are welcome and suggested, so I would encourage anyone coming here to donate to keep this place going, because like I said before, it is such an important part of history. It's very serene and peaceful down here, which is probably kind of fitting considering some of the things that have happened. I'm just starting the walk. Apparently it's about a 1-hour round trip to the beginning part. You can go farther, but that's going to take about 5 hours round trip walking, and that's not going to happen today. But we're going to go check out the most popular part where most people go, and I'll show you guys what I see. All of this bedrock you see on both sides is what the prisoners had to break apart in order to build this railroad, and we're entering part of it here. What I really find amazing is that all of this was done by hand. One man would hold a big chisel, another one would hit it with a sledgehammer, and they would basically carve this out all by hand. Many Australian, American, French, British, Asian, many soldiers lost their lives here building this because of starvation or torture or just pure exhaustion. As I'm walking through here, there are still remnants of old trestles from the railroad, as you can see here on the ground. What remains of this narrow roadway built completely with prisoner of war labor at a very harsh death toll. Yet amidst all this destruction and death, life still finds a way, as you can see evidenced by this tree here. And although the official trail ends here, you can actually go quite a bit farther. There is about another 2-3 hours worth of walking you can do on this trail, but I don't think we're going to cover that today. I don't have any water, and I have no idea how long it would actually take me to go and back, so I'm going to turn around and head back at this point. This is a very interesting, and I don't know if I want to say that it's sad. It is, of course, very sad, but I don't know. I really don't have many words to say for this. It's really just very significant part of history, and if you're ever in this area, you should definitely come check this out. Definitely not skipping leg day again. Oh my God. I get more workout on these motorbike trips than I think I do back home in Bangkok. Whew. Absolutely worth the visit. I've got energy for one more stop before we head back and see if we can find some nightlife. I made it over here to Krasae Cave and the Death Railway. And as you can see behind me, there is a tour group in a bus that just pulled up. So hopefully we can get ahead of them, and hopefully I'm going in the right direction. It's safe to walk on railroad tracks, right? Ugh. I don't see a train in sight. I'm still trying to find the cave. No idea where everything is here because I don't see any markings. Oh, it is so nice and cool in here. I'm literally trying to outrun the tour group behind me, so let's go through this cave. This is pretty sketchy looking over here. I'm sure OSHA would love this. Safety 12th. And it's so nice and cool in here. Such a nice break from the heat. Definitely gonna have to duck for this one. Holy moly. Oh. Wow. Sorry guys, my iPhone is having issues today. It is so damn hot. It is overheating and it's shut down now almost 3 separate times. Whew. Wow, I guess this is probably the end of it. Not the biggest cave by any means, but it was on the way back to my hotel. Worth a visit, definitely. Make sure I don't lose my head here again. Whoa. But I'm really kind of curious to see the train coming through. I'm not taking the train, but I really want to see if I can catch it as it's coming over the bridge. And don't worry, I'm going to put Google Map links to every location I've been in this video and all of my videos in the description of this video below, so make sure you take a look. It would definitely be cool to have the train come through here, get some video of it. Not sure when it's coming by, don't know the schedule. It just happened upon here as I was driving on the way back to my hotel. But I'll hang out here for a few minutes and see if we can catch the train. Well, figuratively, not literally, because my motorbike will be left here and my friend will be really pissed that I left his motorbike in the middle of nowhere. The reason it's called the Death Railway is because over 100,000 prisoners of war died building this during World War II. It stretches from Burma all the way to Thailand, over 420 kilometers long. Definitely worth coming if you're in the area. I'll put a link to this in the description below. And now it's time for me to get back on my motorbike, go back to my hotel, and take a swim. Finally made it back to my hotel, but I gotta tell you, that 99 Fahrenheit, 37 degrees Celsius heat today really got to me in all my full riding gear. All I want to do now is just jump in the pool. So guys, I'm going to go take care of myself. Hope you take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow on day 3 of the Kanchanaburi Motorbike Tour. Bye guys.